So I'm delighted to be joined here by Love Island star and now boxer, Trey Norman. So first of all, Trey, I don't want to dwell too much on Love Island because obviously I know you're now kind of moving on from that, but what impact did Love Island have on your life?
Yeah, firstly, thanks for having me on, mate. It's a pleasure to be on your podcast, boxing show. But it changed my life in a lot of ways socially, how you're perceived, especially when you go out and things like that. But in terms of doing what I do on a day-to-day basis, I still go to work, I'm still selling commercial insurance. I've now got the opportunity to work on other exciting projects that I've always wanted to do, and one of them is boxing. So my life consists of going to the boxing gym, going to work, going home, doing my side hustles and working towards the next goals. I've done all the hedonistic type of activities now. It's quite mundane, I'm bored of it, and I'm ready for this new challenge in the boxing.
So when did your boxing journey begin?
It probably started when I watched someone called Gennady Golovkin when I was about 16, 17 year old, and I just saw the knockout power and I fell in love with the sport from a really young age. From then, I had quite a lot of trouble at school. My dad took me down to Tom Hill Boxing Club where I first initially learned how to box and learned what being in a boxing gym was all about. And I took it from there really, but I went on to university quite quickly after that and never got the opportunity to box amateur. So here we are. I just feel like now it's the right time in my life to really take it seriously, and if I want to do it, I'm doing it for the right reasons. I'm not doing it for the money, I'm doing it for the glory, I'm doing it for the love of the sport and the passion for the sport. So I just feel like it's a great time to start this now.
So you speak there about going to uni and potentially boxing in the amateurs. Is that something that you would have liked to have been able to do and maybe starting your boxing career earlier?
Yes, obviously life's never a straight line, is it? You get pulled everywhere. It's never a straight line, and I just felt like at that time in my life I was probably a little bit immature. Boxing is, you don't play boxing, do you? And I knew that. Obviously, I was always ticking over in the gyms. I boxed at Birmingham City Boxing Gym, Pat Benson's boxing club as well. Just doing bits there, having sparring and just ticking over. But, I was drinking at the same time. I was running like football club at university, so it wasn't a priority. Now it's a priority, and it's something that I'm taking very seriously.
So we're here at Steffi's gym. There is some huge names training here. You've got Terry Harper, Connor Cowsall, Jimmy Joe Flynn. What's the experience like just being in around the gym?
Yeah, it's absolutely unbelievable. I feel blessed that it's on my doorstep, 5 minutes away from Barmer and Arlington, and I've got a world-class boxing gym. As far as I'm concerned, one of the best in England by a mile. Like I say, when you've got the likes of Jimmy Joe over there, you've got Terry Harper in the gym, you've got Connor Kelsaw, Connor and Sam, all the boys in here looking after you and just giving you advices, talking you through things, watching over you. It's great. And like Steffi, Jason, big shout out to Brendan Flint as well, my head coach. They've put a lot of time into me, and there's a great synergy around the camp at the minute, and it's very exciting. We've all been putting in the work, and I'm just truly grateful for all the time and effort they put into me, and that's why I want to put on a really good show in Liverpool, because it represents their hard work as well as mine.
So you're out, like you said, in Liverpool, February 22nd. After a lot of back and forth between potential opponents, this and that, you are fighting the pub hustler. Are you pleased with that opponent?
Have you heard much about him?
No.
No. So I don't watch a lot of TikTok or a lot of YouTube or TV for that matter. But the pub hustler I set forward, aka Jamie Kirtland from Sussex. All that I know about him is that he plays high-level sport. In other words, he goes round hustling 40, 50-year-old men in pubs drinking lager. But he says that he's an athlete. He says that he's a marathon runner and that he's got a gas tank that can go 12 threes. He says that he's also conned his way into the fight, that he's got loads of boxing experience. I've got zero, so all the pressure's on him as far as I'm concerned. The harder the opponent, the better the fight. People are coming to spend their hard-earned money, so I want it to be tough. I want it to be hard. I want it to be grueling. Nothing worthwhile comes easy. But I'm training not for a Jamie Kirtland. I'm training as though I'm fighting like a world champion. That's the mentality that these guys drill into me at this gym. So I'm serious, I'm all about it, and I'm ready to stand on business and do a demolition job on this guy. This ain't playing pool, it's boxing. I can't wait to show that.
So you had kind of a mini press conference yesterday. how did that go, and did that kind of give you any more information on the pub hustler?
Yeah, we've dissected it. And all that I've taken from it is that I'm fighting Jay Cartwright. He didn't really know what he was saying. He was clouded in his language. You know, there was a lot of grey. Couldn't really answer questions straightforward. It just seems a bit kerfuffled in there. You know, it's not my first rodeo in front of the camera, but you could tell it certainly was his first time. Take what you want away from that. Obviously, you know, it doesn't matter. I'm still thinking he's going to be an absolute killer in that ring. I don't take anything away from the verbal side of things, but from a mental warfare perspective, 1-0.
So, like you said, you have no boxing experience. You will be making your professional debut. Does that kind of put any pressure on you, knowing that you have a big kind of fan base behind you that are going to be cheering you on, and you haven't actually had yet a professional boxing fight?
Yeah. Pressure makes diamonds, doesn't it? I enjoy the pressure. I enjoy the high risk, the high reward type activities, all to lose but all to gain. I just feel like it's my turn now, it's my time. I don't think it's his time. This is something I want to do, something I'm incredibly passionate about. I'm doing it for the right reasons. I want to make my coach proud, I want to make my team proud, the gym, represent myself. So yeah, there is pressure, but I thrive on pressure. I love it. Same when I'm in business, and the same will be replicated in the boxing. And I want to do a demolition job. I want to get this guy out there. I want to look good doing it. But I want to Trey Norman win. You know, Norman Conquest of 1066, Norman Conquest 2025 on the Misfits scene. That's what we're going for.
So, I know you've been trained by Jason Cunningham. How good is it to have someone like him as part of your team?
Yeah, so Jason's been absolutely fantastic in this camp. Like I said, everyone has been. Steffi, the boys, even the pros and the amateurs as well. Everyone's played a crucial role. That's what I said, there's a great synergy. And also Brendan Flint, Jimmy Joe's dad, he's my head trainer, head coach for this fight as well, and he's been looking after me, putting so much time into me, so much knowledge and experience. So him and Jace have been working, coinciding together, getting me fit, getting me ready, getting me strong, getting me mentally prepared. And I can't thank them both enough for the time and energy they put into me. And I want to do it for me, and I want to do it for them, and give them something back and show their work as well. Because, you know, the time and effort they put into you, you know, it doesn't just come about, and I respect that, and I really do appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, it means a lot to me.
So you said Brendan Flint is your head coach. I'm guessing he'll be cornering you in fight night. Yeah. How good is it to have someone like him in your corner there when, like you said, it's the first experience of you going to be in a boxing ring? How good is it to have someone like Brendan Flint there guiding you?
Unbelievable. He's been a mental coach, he's been a boxing coach, he's been everything. He's like Mickey off a fucking Rocky. You know, where he's like seen women, weakened legs, stuff like that. But no, great. He builds a lot of mental confidence in me. He's pushed me to limits that I didn't think I had. And yeah, incredibly grateful for what he's taught me, but he knows every single inch of that boxing ring inside it, and I've just listened, I've absorbed it. If he says jump, I say how high. He says run, I say how far. He says swim, I say how far. Eat this, do this, train. It's been unbelievable. I've right enjoyed it, and there's just a great buzz around the team at the minute, and I think we're all enjoying the process, and we're just ready to show his work.
You said there that you've really enjoyed it. When you kind of first had this idea of potentially going on a Misfits show and doing all that, did you think that you would enjoy it as much as you have done?
Probably, yeah. Like I said, boxing's always been a big part of my life, but I've never had the opportunity to box. Now it feels like the right time, and it's something I've always done. I'm a person who likes challenges, who seeks thrills. I like the extreme side of life. You know what I mean? I like having extreme lows and extreme highs. I don't like the mediocrity, the steadiness, and that's why I love the boxing, because I've done a lot of sports and I've done it at quite a decent level. Like I said, dancing when I was younger, gymnastics, football, I've all to a decent high standard, but with boxing I just find it spiritually, physically, mentally challenging more than any of those, and I seek the biggest challenges, and that's why I'm doing it. I love the sport, I've fallen in love with it. It's a hobby that's getting out of hand. But that's fine, because I could be doing a lot of worse things with my time.
So obviously, I know you won't want to look past February 22nd, but if you do get the win, how far do you think you can go on the whole Misfits scene?
Yeah. Like I say, you're only as good as your last fight. In this fight, I need to look good. I'm not looking past him. I'm looking through him. But I think I can go on there with my capabilities, with my vision, with my belief. I think I can go on there. I can take any of these guys out. Hstikkytokky, Ed Matthews, you name them. Line them up. I'm going to knock them down. I'm ready. I want all the smoke.
Are they the caliber of fights that you believe you can get to? Those guys, obviously, they've had a lot more experience than you. Obviously, they've been in there on a bigger stage. What kind of makes you think that you can go in there with those guys and give them a good fight?
My team. I live the life. I believe in myself. I believe I train harder than any of these guys. I'm not sat in Dubai, fucking about, selling crypto, going out to these club bottle shows and doing this and doing that. I'm in the boxing gym. This is my life, along with my working life, my professional life as well. And I feel like that dedication, that hard work, that belief, and my training team, there's no stopping us. Ain't no stopping us now.
So you've been sparring and training with a lot of the amateurs here at Steffi Real's gym. Just how important do you think that boxing can be to the younger generation?
I think I can only go off my personal experience, and it's been a massive net positive to my life. Channeling that primal instinct, especially when I was younger and I was dealing with a lot of issues. Like I say, school was quite difficult as my sister was 10 years older than me, but a glamour model at the time. She ain't now. But no, I had to deal with a lot of not mental issues, but hormones and frustration, anger, a bit of confusion as well. You don't know what path you're taking at them certain ages. So it gave me a lot of discipline, gave me a lot of respect and integrity, all these things you learn in a boxing gym, and that's why I love it so much, and that's why I think it's so good for younger men to go into a boxing gym, learn the art of war, learn what respect is truly about. You don't feel the need to go out and have a street fight after you've sparred, after a hard spar. You've channeled all that primal instinct in a boxing gym. So I think perhaps if we did it in schools a lot more, we'd have a lot less knife crime and maybe a lot less problems now from what we see in this societal decline. So up the boxing, and it's something that I want to promote in schools and showcase about what the sport has done for me personally as well.
I think that is a really great message there. So the Misfits scene, it's going quite well at the moment, but who would you say are your top 5 pound for pound Misfits fighters?
See, this is a bit of a grey area, isn't it? Because now you've got some top high-level amateurs and ex-boxers now boxing on the Misfits scene. From what I've seen, obviously you'd have to put Tommy Fury up there because he's beat the likes of KSI, Jake Paul. Jake Paul would be up there because he's exponentially improved. So Tommy Fury, Jake Paul, KSI up there, Darren Till, but Darren Till's not a Misfits fighter. Darren Till is a proper boxer, and the likes of Ty Mitchell. These are fought on Misfits, but I won't class them as Misfit fighters. Like, went and watched Ty Mitchell the other day. Fuck me, he's a serious guy, and I respect his story a lot. Like even the likes of Tommy Hench fought on there. He's a seasoned guy, had so many fights. He's actually fighting on Feb 22nd as well. So I'd say probably them and Dean the Great. I've seen Dean the Great. He's impressive. Dean the Great's good.
So you say that you went to a Misfits show. What was that experience like? Kind of getting a feel of what it's going to be like for you on fight night.
Yeah, it was good to just soak it in. Like I said, Brenny Roach told me to go there, watch closely, observe, and I did. I watched Darren Till and the likes of Ty Mitchell, how they come about, what their aura is, how relaxed they are in the ring. And you just take little bits away from it. But what I do know is that I want the bright lights, I want the big nights, and I want to risk it all. I want it all. So it was good. It was more motivating than ever. The next day I was in the gym sparring at 9 o'clock in the morning. So it gave me a lot of motivation, a lot of drive, and it just fuels the ambition.
You say that you want to be under those bright lights. If you do get to that stage where those bright lights are on you, if there's one opponent you could face in the ring, who would it be?
Hstikkytokky.
Trey Norman, thanks so much for your time.